Hello, everybody. Welcome back to On Defense, the only sports podcast that you were allowed to listen to, but we totally understand if you start listening to other podcasts because we stopped for a while.
We'll
but look, 2 weeks in a row, baby. We're back. I'm here with matching shirts. Me and Roman matching shirts right now. Picture it. We have otters on our shirts. I'm here with Roman Rubio.
Yeah, back to back. I can't believe it. Everyone's going to lose their shit.
Jordan 96-97.
Jordan 96-97. Maybe we'll go for 98 next week.
Whoa.
Maybe we'll go for the 3-peat. But yeah, we're back. We got some things to talk about. Some crazy stuff happened today. We're recording this on July 1st, first day of the new month. 4th of July right around the corner. But yeah, some crazy things happened today. The start of free agency. We're going to go over Scooter finally, for the first time in what feels like a decade, is happy with the draft of one of his teams that they did. Literally went almost exactly how he wanted it to go.
It was great. Everything happened that I wanted to happen.
They did some moves and some other stuff and all that kind of stuff. We'll get into that. We'll go over a little bit of the NFL trades, a little bit of personal stuff, and maybe a beloved old sports game coming back in the near future.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get into all that. But first, the draft had happened.
The draft happened, Roman.
He wanted Con Knippel.
Well, I wanted VJ Ashcombe. To be clear, I wanted VJ, but it's clear that the Philadelphia 76ers fell in love with him as well. Who can blame him? We end up with Con Knippel. Apparently, we were in trade talks with the Wizards to move back to their spot, but apparently we were not confident that the Jazz would not take Con Knippel.
Danny Ainge would.
Yep, so we just stuck at 4 and took him. Ace Bailey, and I love it. Went to number 5. He went to the Utah Jazz, where there was a picture out that he seems happy, even though we've heard reports.
He did not want to go to that team because he did not work out for them.
He did not work out for him. Apparently, he doesn't think there's a path to start him there, but we'll see. There's nobody really on the team now.
Yeah, I better say they made a lot of changes. So
hopefully he's happy now being on a shitty team. I hope he's finally happy about it. But yeah. Besides that, we also traded Mark Williams. Bye-bye, Mark Williams. A little scary there. We didn't actually officially trade him until like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We traded him to Phoenix for basically 2 first rounds. We traded for the 29th pick and then their
2029.
Yeah, like 2029 first round pick. So I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah.
We ended up using that pick on
Liam something.
Yeah, Liam McKinley. From UConn, another white boy 3-point shooter. Had a down year last year, but overall over his career he shot pretty well. So I'm happy with the 29th pick. And then I didn't get the Chinese guy I wanted. He actually went 16th to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I know. I'm telling you, I have an eye for talent. You see, when I seek him out, NBA scouts are seeking him out too.
The Grizzlies actually traded him to Portland, so he's in Portland now.
Oh yeah, he's in Portland now. But I'm kind of glad he went up that high because then we used it on another center who I wasn't even on my board. wasn't even thinking about him. But Kalkbrenner from Creighton, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year for the Big East.
I've heard this like 8 times already since
4-time Defensive Player of the Year. He came into college ball and was the best defensive player in the Big East. And then kept doing it. I'm excited about that. I think he could be an instant starter for us. I think that's why they were confident with possibly getting rid of Mark. And we also traded Nurkic as well
for
Colin Sexton. For Colin Sexton. So I mean, I'm also happy with that too. Me and you've talked about if Colin will be a starter or not. I think there's pros and cons to both, but I really want to. I would like to see him run the second team. That way, when LaMelo comes off or goes on to the bench, there's somebody that can come off the bench to be like a spark plug, because I feel like we haven't really had that. Or we would have like one guy like Trey Mann be a spark plug, but then all you got to do is double him, and then now you stop the second team. I
think it's probably like Colin Sexton starts. He probably gets subbed out somewhat early, like 6 minutes or so in, and then like Con Knippel comes into play with LaMelo for a while, and then once LaMelo sits down, Colin Sexton comes back in, kind of like. You're not on none of those. One of those 2 players is always on the court for you.
Yeah.
LaMelo or Colin Sexton. I think they both should start because I think that's your best lineup. Colin Sexton plays defense. LaMelo, not known for his defense, but he's tall. So kind of harder to always constantly pick on him with him having some more size other than, like the Donovan Mitchells or the Darius Garlands that are just unfortunately weak and small.
Yep.
But then you got Brandon Miller. It's got to be the small forward. You got Miles Bridges, and then center's a question mark. Diate or whatever.
Yeah, Musa Diabate. He's a dog when it comes to rebounds. He's not a very good scorer. Maybe, hopefully he's working on it in the offseason. I hope he gets a little bit of a mid-range or a corner 3 game at least, because he doesn't do that a lot, but that would help us really stretch out the floor. But, he's really good at offensive rebounds, and I think if we're trying to play like the Celtics, that's kind of what we need. We need to have 4 shooters, and we need 1 guy to get the rebound in case we miss to let us shoot again, so... I'm kind of liking it,
As long as you have a center that can do a good pick and roll, I think.
And that's what Kalkbrenner was known for. They said he could shoot well too, but there's a lot of like highlights of him running the pick and roll at Creighton. So
yeah, that LaMelo will thrive with that. If you can get a big man that can just run a solid pick and roll, and then he'll probably have Miles Bridges to do pick and pops with, and Brandon Miller, and then like the small inverted what it's called pick and roll for like Colin Sexton or Knipple or whoever. But
then we also drafted Sion James, another Duke guy.
One downside of this draft for Scooter is he got 2 Duke guys.
Yeah, fucking Duke guys, dude. But homie is jacked. Like,
he's jacked.
Yeah, he's very muscular, and at first, it's not the most, I think, sexiest name from the Duke roster, but it is a guy who started.
He was
pretty much all the games for probably over the course of the season.
Yeah.
The best basketball team in college basketball last year. So if he's able to start for Duke and be a driving force to the success, I'm hoping he can at least be a role player for us.
Yeah, somebody had to be the worst player in the starting lineup, and it was probably him. And me?
No, I think Tyler Prochner.
Prochner?
No, he did, but like lower down.
Oh, okay.
Is it Tyler? Something Prochner.
So yeah, not even the worst player on one of the best teams in college basketball. That's not bad. Yeah, he probably won't play that much. I'm sure you guys are kind of now loaded at the guard/forwards, and unless he really stands out.
Yeah, I think his defense would be the thing that he needs to use to stand out for us. Because that's the problem. I think we have a lot of scoring options. We just don't have a lot of options to stop. And I think, to be honest, like that used to be the Pacers' problem too, where like the Pacers could outscore you, but they went and got Aaron Naismith, right?
Yeah,
and
it took a little bit,
Nembhard, and they got a couple guys who can defend for you. And then look at them. Yeah, and then they went to the NBA Finals.
The NBA Finals. Hey, a couple years from now, maybe KP's prediction was right for you. Maybe a couple years, you guys will be competing for a final spot.
I just hope to be in the playoffs. And then, how do you feel about what the Celtics did in the draft?
We drafted a guy who everyone's calling Hugo Gonzalez. He said today in his press conference, it's Hugo. The H is silent.
Oh yeah,
Hugo Gonzalez.
It's Spanish.
Yeah. I don't know much about him. He seems like a raw prospect. He had like a really solid 2023 season where he led someone to like a championship. I think it was Real Madrid. But then this last year, he got some way got screwed in minutes, and he only had like 11 minutes a game. But that's all the NBA drafts are nowadays is potential. This guy in probably 2 decades ago draft wouldn't even have been drafted because he played 11 minutes and averaged like 5 points a game. But he has a lot of potential, and he shows a lot of like playmaking. That's something, at least in the Joe Mazzulla / Brad Stevens front office era, is we are big on people with just natural high IQs of the game, feel of the game, vision, passing abilities. We love everyone. So we got him. We got a center from Kentucky. I forgot his name. But he's also a big man that's a very skilled passer. And I mean, yeah, I'm optimistic. Hugo. Yeah.
Your guys' draft picks won't matter as much as that. Like right now, I mean, and he might get some playing time because of the situation that you guys are, the special situation you'll be in next year without Jason Tatum.
Yeah, Hugo will play next year,
but like they don't need to be the best. Like they don't. You guys aren't looking to for all superstars right now. You got a couple. You can't pay too many superstars. You just need good guys. But you guys also signed Luka Graza.
I know, I saw that. So I'm indifferent about it. But I mean, he has only done good at every level that he has gotten legit playing time in. He was Player of the Year, National Player of the Year in college. He got drafted. He has dominated the G League when he plays in the G League, but he hasn't gotten real solid minutes on an NBA team. So possible that he could show something with us this year, possibly, maybe. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like overly excited, but I am interested to see how all these pieces fall into place. I'm also excited to see our 2 years ago draft pick or last year's draft pick.
Oh yeah,
2 years ago, Jordan Walsh. Jordan Walsh, I'm excited to see him possibly get playing time this season. Mm-hmm. Last year's draft pick, Ben Shireman from Creighton. I'm excited to see him hopefully get some minutes. But yeah, I'm optimistic. I think it's gonna be a fun year for the Celtics to see all these pieces that probably in a normal situation wouldn't have seen any time, but now they'll see some time.
Nice. So I mean, moving on from the draft, I mean, you know, and just to be clear, like, you know, all the other big names went where everybody thought they were going to go to.
Pretty much, yeah. There wasn't really anything other than the Pelicans trading 10 spots up and giving away next year's first-round pick. That was, like, the biggest head-scratcher of the night. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you said everybody's available for trade, and then you trade away next year's first-round picks. Like, what are we doing?
Maybe Zion didn't like hearing that, and he said you need to win now.
That was, like, the biggest head-scratcher. Of the night. Other than that, no like super crazy draft nights. Other than the Chinese guy getting way far.
Yeah, way up there, dude. Way further.
But apparently he showed some potential through like the draft comp.
Yeah, he was having some good games, and I guess also last year, the Trailblazers like had a private practice with like the Chinese team that he played for, and he went in there and did work. So yeah, it was like a cross. Like I don't know if the Chinese team came over here, if we went over there, but like. They were in the same area, and they were just like, let's play.
Cool. So, but yeah, the draft, nothing crazy. Excited to see what Cooper Flagg does with probably the most stacked team of first overall picks ever been a part of.
Probably.
I mean, I guess technically you could say Andrew Wiggins got that, but then he got instantly traded for Kevin Love because he remember like LeBron was there and But no, for the team that's actually probably going to keep him most stacked. But on to like free agency and trades and all that jazz in the NBA. The Celtics lost a legend, Luke Cornett.
Yep, he's gone.
He signed with the Spurs 4 years, $41 million. Great for him because he's made like a career earning of like $14 million. So he's surpassed that by far for this contract. He's also 30 years old, so kind of crazy that, like 30-year-olds that hadn't really proven themselves in the NBA are now getting $41 million for 4 years, but I'm happy for him.
Tell us the Celtic secrets. That's what you're getting paid to tell us the secrets.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at it. The Hornets have done a little bit of movement. We talked about the trade earlier with Colin Sexton. We did another trade earlier today where we got Pat Connaughton. Yeah.
That's what the announcers call him.
Connaughton?
Pat Connaughton, yeah.
And 2 second-round picks.
Stockpiling those picks.
Yep. For Mimic, who just came in through another trade that we did with Phoenix for the
draft pick, right? That was Mark Williams, right?
No, we didn't.
Different trade?
Was it, or did we get him through? I don't remember. But anyways, he's gone again. Boom. He's supposed to be going to the EuroLeague. Anyways, he's going back home to the EuroLeague. Oh look, did you see that the center from France? Remember the buff center from France that like everybody loved in the Olympics?
Yabusele? He's a forward. But
they got him as level as center here on ESPN.
The man's like 6'8".
Agrees to a 2-year with the Knicks.
Yeah, the
Knicks.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Celtics. He was nicknamed the Dancing Bear when he got drafted. He's a big boy. I wish he would have re-signed with the Celtics. I would really like that signing. But yeah, good for him. Big talk that just happened today. The Pacers lost a key part of their finals team. Miles Turner signed a 4-year massive deal with the Bucks.
4-year, $107 million.
And everyone's freaking out like, oh my gosh, the Bucks, Giannis, Miles, and Dame. And then like 30 seconds after that trade, it's like the Bucks are waving
10 minutes later.
10 minutes later, the Bucks wave Damian Lillard. And it's like, what the fuck? Which fair? Like, not fair, but like Buck fans are trying to rationalize it in their terms. It's like you're paying this guy $60 million this next year not to play because he tore his Achilles in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And instead of that, you're cutting him and stretching out his contract. Where now this year you're paying him $20 million, but you're also paying him $20 million for the next 5 years.
They also went and signed Jericho Sims, the Milwaukee Bucks, today for a 2-year deal.
Oh, really? They signed Jericho Sims. They re-signed Gary Trent Jr. They re-signed Taurean Prince.
Gary Harris.
Gary Harris?
Gary Harris also signed with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Trent. Okay.
Yeah.
So Gary Harris, Gary Trent.
Yep.
Taurean Prince. Somebody else I thought they signed. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. The Hornets also signed Mason Plumlee.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's back.
He's back. At least he can kind of shoot free throws now with his left hand.
That's the veteran big that you're probably going to get. I don't know if you'll get any other big.
Clint Capella went to the
Went
Rockets.
back to the Rockets.
Yeah, he went back to the Rockets.
And the Rockets, talk about versatility, and like you don't see this a lot nowadays, but the versatility they have is at the big man right now. They have Alfred Sengun, which is like the modern day like Jokic type guy, very like high IQ, finesse, agile, and great passer. Then you got Steven Adams, who's a fucking tenacious rebounder, like one of the best rebounders in modern basketball. And then you have Clint Capella, who's a high-flying vertical threat, also a really good rebounder. But like 3 different ways kind of for them to play. You like dominate pick and roll with Clint Capella, throw the lob, do like 4 out with Steven Adams, get rebounds, or run the offense through Sengun in the post. It's like very unique style of play for them.
And then I don't know if you saw this, but this is like this will be the interesting guy I feel like that everybody will try to watch, kind of like how the Dancing Bear was that guy last year, where it's like all guy from Europe coming back over here. But it's Nigel Hines-Davis, 2025 EuroLeague champion, Finals MVP, and Turkish Cup champion and MVP, signed a 1-year deal with the Phoenix Suns. Apparently, he went undrafted in 2017 from Wisconsin, spent the year 2017-2018 with the Knicks G League, and then played a total of 9 NBA games in 2017 and 2018 with the Lakers, Raptors, and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Interesting.
So, guy who got kind of not kicked out of the league, wasn't good enough for the league, went and got some shine in Europe, and now he's back. That'd be kind of...
Suns taking a swing right there. They're trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, he's also been in professional basketball for 8 years now, so like...
How many years was he at Wisconsin? Was it 4 years? And then was it 4 years in Wisconsin?
I don't know. He was just drafted. And it just said
he was probably 4 years
undrafted.
He's 8 years. He's probably close to 30 or in his 30s.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be interested. But yeah, Phoenix kind of you don't have any lottery picks. You don't have any first rounders, and you can't really trade in the people you want to trade. You kind of got to do something out of the ordinary. You sign a guy that looks like he could be really good.
I mean, and I guess we should mention this news, even though I don't think it really surprises anybody. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander also did sign a 4-year, $285 million supermax contract extension with the Oklahoma City Thunder through 2030 to 2031. That's the largest contract for annual pay in NBA history. First off, I mean, he deserves it
for sure.
I feel like any franchise that gets a first championship should definitely, especially when he did what he did this year.
Yeah, you got to take care of your boy.
You got to take care of him. He did something that Russ nor KD could do.
Nor James Harden, even though James Harden really get it.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like people who like were the leaders. Yeah.
He definitely deserved it. I did want to talk about this because I mean the second apron's been the real talk of the town. Mm-hmm. The Celtics.
I can't stop talking about it.
People are gonna say the Celtics blew it up, and it wasn't because of fit. It wasn't even though people want to say like put Kristaps' health in there on why he was out. It wasn't because of any of that. It was because of the second apron, because of the freezing of draft picks or inability to sign free agents or anybody that gets like cut during the middle of the season. The Thunder time is ticking. You just put him on the largest contract. J-Dub and Chet are going to be eligible for contracts at some point soon. You're gonna get that second apron, and then something's gonna have to happen. People are gonna have to get traded. People are gonna have to break up. It'd be interesting to see, but people want to talk about how this Thunder dynasty can last for a while. It definitely can, but somebody's gonna have to go at some point because of the second apron. No team is gonna be in that second apron for long because you can't make any moves.
Especially like a small market team like OKC. I can honestly see like the Celtics, the Lakers, the Warriors, teams that are in big cities that like the Knicks be able to survive a little bit on the second apron.
If we would have won this year, I think the Celtics would have stayed. Yeah. I think the Celtics would have kept. Maybe we would have gotten rid of Kristaps or Drew, like one of the two.
Yeah,
but I think we would have probably stayed.
Definitely Kristaps. Yeah. You like. I'm sorry, that contract he's on and the how much he was playing for you guys, like he had. Yeah.
But man, he was so good when he was playing, man. That game 1 of 2024, the NBA Finals, I'll never forget it. Mike Breen. Josh Green with one man to beat, but he's a 7-footer. Kristaps blocks him. Oh, chills. But yeah, the OKC's time's ticking. you're going to have to trade someone eventually, and not all these draft picks are going to hit. But so hopefully, Nikola Toppin and some of the other young guys step up, and you're able to trade some pieces or keep the core together as best you can. But yeah, that contract definitely puts a ticking time bomb on OKC on stuff they got to do in the near future. Because the Bucks, do the Bucks even make this move if they're not in the situation that they're in, like close to the second apron with how last year went? Do they still cut Damian Lillard if the second apron doesn't exist? Who knows?
Oh yeah,
but drastic things have to happen when, one, you're trying to compete, and two, you don't want to hit that second apron. I really do think expansion needs to happen at some point because teams are being overloaded with the second apron. I think it'll make it somewhat easier to, spread everybody out, the big contracts and stuff. But
I think one team, or we need two teams?
Probably two teams. To make it even. Like, because it would be uneven on one side. Like, one side's competing with more teams.
Okay, so Seattle and
Las Vegas probably. I would love Kansas City.
So two Western Conference teams, and then they moved Memphis over to...
Maybe, yeah. I think Memphis used to be an Eastern Conference team, didn't they?
Vancouver's on the western part of Canada.
Okay. There was somebody who used to be an Eastern Conference team that moved west.
But, the one that makes the most sense is
Memphis.
Memphis.
There's another team that makes sense to be, or at least closer, but... Oh, well, like Dallas or like one of the Texas teams, kind of,
No,
you don't think so?
Texas is right there. Like that's the Midwest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I would love if they would remove Las Vegas and make Kansas City the next team. That'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I just like... I root for my Kansas City people.
So, okay, so let me ask you this. Kansas City gets the basketball team. Mm-hmm. Is Roman a Kansas City... whatever they're called fan?
I'm a fan, but they're not my number one team.
They're not. So the thing that is not holding you back from you don't I understand that you don't root for your hometown basketball team because you don't have one.
Yeah,
but getting one would not make it where that is your team.
I've been a fan of the Celtics now for...
you can still be a fan of the Celtics, but then
my number one.
Your allegiance could move over to the Kansas City blah blah blahs.
No, they'll be like right behind second team.
Banging fucking logo. They kill the logo. They kill the colors.
Awesome. I'll buy some gear for sure.
Like they have the hottest swag in the world, and on year one they trade for Jason Tatum.
I would definitely root for them a lot more.
They come out and they make some moves. Like it's they're like the Las Vegas Knights.
Yeah, where they make the finals in their first year.
You're not moving over to Kansas City. It'd be hard for me not to.
I would
if I
love
didn't have
to.
a hometown team.
I would love to, but I've been a fan for the Celtics for too long
Just
now.
because you haven't had one though.
I know,
it's fine.
It'd be one thing if if I'm like 2 years into being a fan and then the expansion team comes, I'm moving. But I've fallen in love with the history of the Celtics. I've fallen in love with the current Celtics. I've fallen in love with... I love the coach. I love the front office. The owners are always out to win. I hate everything else about Boston teams that aren't the Celtics, but I love the Celtics. I can't...
Because I had kind of that situation when the Hornets left originally.
Yeah.
I was kind of a fan free agent, and that's when I started going Steve Nash, Phoenix Suns, and then the Hornets eventually. Well, the Bobcats came, which I love the Bobcats from the get go.
Really?
But yeah,
I hated that logo.
I loved it.
Logo and the jerseys, I hated.
Just having a team back.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, if you don't have a team, I'm sure. Yeah.
And then the first thing we did, drafted 2 Carolina boys. Bam, bam, Sean May's fat ass Sean May and Ray Felton, baby.
Ray Felton.
Well, I guess you can say that about Ray Felton too. So
way more. At least when people think fat, fat guard. You think Raymond Felton. But no, I would definitely Celtics are having a really bad couple stretch years. Definitely watching a lot more Kansas City games probably than Celtics games. But I'll always stay true. I'm not like a bandwagon hippity hopper. Okay. Just because I liked the Celtics when I was 8 doesn't mean I'm a bandwagon.
I was the most winningest team in history.
I didn't know that, man. I just liked Paul Pierce at the time. I was too young to know what all the old stuff was. But I'm not gonna hip hop team just because they're not. And the thing is, they're gonna be Kansas City, Missouri probably. So they're not even my state. It's
neither are the Chiefs, but you are up there. So don't act like that. But don't have that state line.
I know, but when I was a kid, as a kid, I didn't know Kansas City, Missouri was Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, but if you knew, it wasn't
gonna matter. But they were the closest team to me, so they became my team. Like, if the NBA had a Kansas City, Missouri team when I was a kid, I would have been a Kansas City, Missouri fan for sure. But the closest team to me when I was starting a fandom was, I don't even fucking know, probably Denver at that point, because OKC didn't exist yet. OKC was like 3 or 4 years after I became like a fan.
Denver's that close to Wichita?
Not really. It's like 8-hour drive.
What about Texas?
I think Texas is farther. I mean, it's a couple states down. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure Denver would be the closest because they were in Seattle. Denver. I'm trying to think around me. New Orleans. No, New Orleans. Not.
I'm just gonna look at a map. Let's see here. Let's see where you guys are at here. We're gonna look at a map here. Let's see what big city pops up first for us, huh? Whatever city.
I'm pretty sure at that point Denver was the closest. And in 2005, what were the Denver Nuggets like in 2005?
To be fair, there's 2 teams that pop up when I scroll out 3 times.
Yeah.
From Google Maps, 2 cities pop up at the same time, and that is Denver and Memphis.
Oh, yeah, Memphis, duh.
Dang, y'all are real close to Memphis.
Yeah.
I didn't realize y'all were that close to Memphis.
I didn't realize they were either.
So you could have been to either one, but when you were born, I think they were in Vancouver.
Yeah,
so they wouldn't have been there. So it'd have been Denver.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like if I was growing up and there was a Kansas City, Missouri basketball team, I would have been them. But now that I'm already a fan of another team, and the Kansas City, Missouri team comes. They're a Missouri team. They're not Kansas. I don't have much loyalty to it.
And to be honest, I also used to hate on our buddy Levi a lot for being like an Oklahoma City fan.
That was pretty much our closest team.
But yeah,
once it happened,
they're right. I didn't realize. I never looked at where Wichita was in the state of Kansas. So
if OKC was a team when I was starting my fandom, if they weren't the Supersonics, I probably would have been a Thunder fan. Like, they were close enough. A decent, not a bad drive down. That's the only playoff game I've ever been to was Oklahoma City versus the Portland Trailblazers. It was the same series that Dame did the bye-bye.
Oh yeah,
but it wasn't that game. That was in Portland. But that was the game or 2 before. But it was a really good game to watch. It was a fun game. But yeah. So no, but I will enjoy if we can be a part of it, because that means my boy Patrick Mahomes is going to be a part of it. He'll probably be some type of minority owner with it, and they'll go to games.
Yeah, he'll
and stuff.
Be at a lot of games. Well, I don't know. Do you think so? That's like. Does Patrick Mahomes not be a Dallas guy anymore? Because he's a big Dallas guy.
He is a big Dallas guy, but he was also not happy with the Luka trade. But no, I think he'll show some support. I don't know if he'd be a minority owner, but
yeah,
I think he would definitely go to games and stuff and rep them because they're just in the same city. But yeah, it'd be interesting. I would love an expansion for Kansas City, but we got way off topic there. But yeah,
cool. There's not a lot of sports news going on, so we need to fill the time with just random shit.
But Dame, we can go back to Dame.
Dame, Dollar Dame.
Where do we think Dame's going? I think he's going to Miami.
You think he's going to Miami?
I think he wanted to go to Miami with Portland, the whole thing.
Yeah,
but that didn't happen.
But I think he wanted to go Miami because Jimmy Butler was there. So I don't think.
But you don't think adding Dame, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, you don't think there's something? Not a championship team, but there's something.
But I think if
you're not this year, I guess. I guess he's off this year, so it's whole next year.
Yeah, but I think if you're Dame and you're coming back from this injury, you're coming back for one thing, because you're getting paid still.
For 5 years.
Yeah, for 5 years. So, a little bit of a pay cut, but it's also a pay cut you agreed to. So, something just happened?
No, but I'm just seeing rumors. Okay, we're going to pause on this Dame Lillard.
Oh, man. Breaking news
Not breaking news.
Roll-eyeing news here. Roman rolled his eyes so hard when he saw this.
Again, massive Celtics fan here.
Yeah.
Not only a massive Celtics fan, one of my favorite Celtics of all time, at least leading up to it, Al Horford. There's talks that Al Horford's going to leave the Celtics because... Oh, hold on, wait. Free agent forward Josh Minott has agreed to a 2-year, $5 million deal with the Celtics. Who the frick is that?
Josh Minott.
I honestly don't even freaking know who the hell that is.
Everybody knows who Josh Minott is, dude.
Ooh, that was 20 years ago. Never mind, that's not new. But Al Horford's in talks of either going to the Warriors or the Lakers, possibly. And that's going to break my freaking heart. The Lakers will break my heart because I want the Lakers to succeed with my boy Al Horford. The Warriors will break my heart because he's going to be so good in that offense because Al Horford fits that like a goddamn glove. But I'm trying to find out who the heck this guy is that just got signed by the Celtics. But I just saw a report that DeAndre Ayton and Al Horford are like the top 2 candidates for the Lakers, and there's mutual interest on all sides.
Did you know DeAndre Ayton's nickname is Quick?
No.
Me neither. Until I went onto the Portland Trail Blazers Reddit, and everybody was calling him Quick, and it was like everybody was calling him Quick. And I was like, okay. And did you see the report where people were saying that the reason why Portland basically just got rid of him because he has a shitty attitude and he's late a bunch and all that?
Which he's shown that in Phoenix and all different types of stuff. So I'm not totally surprised by that.
I was surprised by the nickname Quick.
Yeah, because he ain't quick. Josh Minot went to college at Memphis. Played for 3 years. We did play for the Timberwolves. 6'8", 205 pounds. He didn't even play all the games last year.
Give me some stats.
He averaged 2.6 points per game last year.
Okay.
He got 1 rebound.
All right.
He shot 89% from the free throw line.
Hey.
Cool. He shot 32.6% from the 3-point range on 0.9 attempts.
I don't know where you're seeing that because let me tell you, ESPN doesn't give a fuck about this.
It just happened. So
it just happened?
It just happened.
Oh, at least it happened 20 hours ago.
Oh, no. So a Karis LeVert trade, though. Karis LeVert went to the Detroit Pistons, and that was 20 hours ago.
Sorry, I thought you said this happened 20 hours ago. Dude, ESPN is not.
This just happened. He played 6 minutes last season. He played 46 games. I mean, whatever.
Game changer.
Yeah.
This is your year, buddy. You come onto the shittiest Celtics team in years. And
if there's one thing Brad Stevens also likes is tall wings that can do a lot of things. I don't know if he fits that, but he's 6'8", so he's a tall wing that can maybe play the 4, 3, the 2, can play defense, all that type of stuff. So I'm not surprised by the signing. I just don't know who the hell that is. But I'm just really sad that Al Horford might leave us. I'm glad he got a championship, but if he goes to the Lakers, that's going to make me real sad. If he goes, I heard there's rumors he might go to the Knicks. Oh, that'd piss me off. Oh, that would piss me off.
It's still just crazy to think that, like, he won national championships when I was, like, a teenager.
Yeah, he won back-to-back in 06, 07. He's the last person of any of that.
Yeah, like,
Joe Noah's long gone. Corey Brewer's long gone.
Yep. Like, it's just crazy. Like, when I think of, like, just players sometimes, they're like, man, they've been around for a while. Like, Al Horford's been around. I was a junior in high school.
Yeah, he won. They won 2 championships in a row. Then the Jayhawks won in 08, and Al Horford's he's not up there with LeBron, but man, his longevity's crazy. He's gonna be 39 this year, and he's still playing great ball.
Well, luckily for him, his style of play isn't like. I'm not saying he can't get physical, but he's not like down there banging them.
He can though. I mean, he did. There was a clip, I forget who he was banging against, dude. He was banging against.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying he can't, but like
he
that's
just
not
definitely chooses not to.
Yeah, that's just not his stuff, which leads to longevity.
But he used to be that. Like he came into that's what I love about players like Al Horford or any type of players that you come into the league and you play this role. He was a power forward that was really a center. He didn't really stretch outside. He was mainly mid-range inside. Type of guy, like the standard 2 bigs lineup, and then he just slowly evolved to a stretch 4, and then evolved all the way to a stretch 5 because the league just gets smaller and also taller at the same time. But yeah, I love his longevity and how he's evolved his game. Like, also respect for Blake Griffin. Like, Blake Griffin was that like massively athletic dude, and then he evolved his game in Detroit to be like this all-around type guy. It was awesome to see. But
let's see here.
So you're looking up some stats.
Yeah, looking up some stats here on Al Horford just to see like. What he improved on through his years of being in the league. Look at this dude. He wasn't that great of a free throw shooter. He came in shooting about 73. At some years, he was shooting 64, 68%.
Yeah, damn. He's good now.
Yep. And then like he went on a stretch of 80s, high 80s, high 70s, low 80s. And then the last 2 years, he must have just been in the gym shooting free throws, dude, because he went 87 and 89%.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. He's great.
Let's see here. Where's his 3-point percentage at? Here we go. 3-point percentage. He did not shoot a single 3
for 2 years.
Well, he shot some threes his first year because he has 0.1 threes per game.
Yeah,
but 0% for 2 years. Then hit 100% on 0 shots per game. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah,
50%. Look, dude, he like 0.1 was his how much he was like. They did not see the vision with him at all shooting threes. He literally did not shoot over a 3 a game until the last year he was with the Hawks. and then he came to you guys and started shooting threes.
Hey, my guy.
And then every other year he was shooting at least over 3 threes a game.
Can you believe he went to fucking Philadelphia? I still can't believe he did that.
Went to Philly, went to OKC for a year, and then came back. I forgot he went to those 2 teams.
Yeah, he went to Philly and he sucked. Like, they sucked. And then they got rid of him. And then we traded Kemba for Al Horford, and everyone was like, "What? We're trading back for washed Al Horford for Kemba." And then Al Horford played great when he came back to us. It's like all he needed was us again. We were just 2 peas in a pod. God, I'm gonna miss him if he leaves. But yeah, I'm gonna miss him. That's why I rolled my eyes and tossed my phone. It's because I saw a report the Lakers were targeting him, and I just don't want that to happen. But Damian Lillard. I mean, I don't know where he's going to go. Does he even sign this year? Like, does he sign?
Why would it if he can't play this year?
Why would a team?
Why would a team waste like salary cap on him? Like, I don't know. Like, I think he has talks. I think he goes around and he watch. And I think this is also good for him because like he gets to now watch like what happens with the league and he has to make an informed decision on what he wants to do next year. But it's like, if I'm a team and Damian Lillard comes knocking on my door, because I'm not calling him to be like, hey, let me pay you however much. I think at least he's going to want. This is just I'm going as low as I think Damian Lillard will accept. $20 million a year.
$20 million a year.
He was going to get paid $60 million for the next 3 years if he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Like, he was going to get paid. They paid out his last 2 years, which were $113 million. So he was basically going to get paid $60 million for the next 2 years from, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he's cutting his value down a third.
Damn. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know.
Like
I don't know who pays him $20 million.
That's what I'm trying to say. And then you want to pay $20 million just to sit.
Yeah.
There's no way anybody signs him, and then maybe next year he only takes $15 million because he's been on but
doesn't he need to? And this is, man, I really know I'm an adult because I'm thinking of this kind of thing. Doesn't he need to be on a team to like have insurance, or is that like NFL or NBA Players Association still gives him insurance for like being in the league technically?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's that like you got hurt playing for a team, we're going to cover you.
Because like also like he doesn't have access to like a gym, so wouldn't you want to still like sign to a team right now to have like gym and medical doctors, recovery and stuff like that? I mean, I'm sure he has his own.
We paying you.
I know.
$20 million. I know.
I'm sure he has the ability.
We have the ability.
Don't you think it's nice to like just go to a facility and there's people there? I know there's doctors obviously that do that, but like an NBA like basketball facility and shit like that. I don't know.
So
just thinking.
So my thing is. One, I think that they do have like a personal like, hey, you get X amount of health care while you're with the team or with the league, and if you get hurt while you're in the league, you get X amount of coverage until you're healed or something like that. But also, homie, you're making millions of dollars. You can afford some physical therapy payments. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not going to feel bad for millionaires. Like,
I'm not like, feel bad for them, but I'm just curious on how.
Shoot me now if I'm wrong. But, you know, like, they have the money to cover this stuff, and normal Americans cover this stuff with their own insurance.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Dame or Dame's agent can find himself some decent knee insurance or what. True. No, it was Achilles.
Yeah.
It was Achilles insurance or whatever. But I'm pretty sure that the NBA Players Association covers you if you're hurt on the job.
Got you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just curious.
I don't know all the.
I was just curious.
I can only imagine
him wanting to be on a team so he has like a place to go.
There's no way players would like, because you know there's always the CBA agreements and that's when all the stuff's like determined, and there's no way players are okay with like a team being like, hey, if you hurt us and we cut you, you're on your own. Like, there's no way that, like...
I think there is contracts, though, like, you know, injury stuff. Like, hey, you get injured, we can void this contract and not pay you anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, too. Like, but I think that's if you have pre-injury
issues, yeah. But, interesting. I'll be very interested to see where he ends up going, like, championship contending-wise. Like, he could try. Celtics are always an option.
Hey, or
the Lakers.
Does he pull a LeBron and go back to Portland?
I gotta say, he sits this year. Next, like Scoot Henderson, terrible this year.
Yeah,
they trade him. They've got a guard's position open, right? Why not?
Why not? And I bet you every one of those fans that, just like all the fans that hate LeBron when LeBron left Cleveland, Dame's coming back to Portland. Hot damn, let's go. Pull out the number zeros.
Because they got big men now, so I mean they're still gonna suck. But hey, man, welcome home, Dame.
Great. Welcome home, and if you can lead us to, and that's the thing, is if you can lead us to the 6th spot in the playoffs and win a few games for us,
ecstatic.
We're gonna treat you like a fucking king, homie. Like,
thank God he's back. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
Our king is home. What I'm saying.
For the Hornets, like if whatever player comes to Charlotte and takes us past the first round and maybe wins a game or two in the second round, we're gonna be like, this guy, get him a statue right now. Yeah, this guy's great.
Is that LaMelo? You think LaMelo gets you to the second round?
I mean, do I think a team with LaMelo on it can get us to the second round? Yeah.
Do you think LaMelo being your best player gets you to the second round?
I don't know, dude. The problem is LaMelo, so I'm hoping Charles Lee and all of them get in his ear and help him out and stuff like that. And like, because it seems like there's been a lot of pushback on him, like being in the gym this summer, like making sure he, like, not like the shooting gym, like the gym, getting work.
He's been getting tattoos, that's for sure.
Huh? Well, good.
I think you saw there was like 6. Was it him? I forget. Was it him or was it someone else? I'm pretty sure it was LaMelo getting 6 tattoo artists were tattooing him at the same time.
Well, good for him.
I think that was him.
Maybe. Good for him. But as long as he's also working out and making sure his ankles are a little bit stronger, you know, I don't know. He's just not good on defense, dude. That's my problem with LaMelo is when it comes down to crunch time in the playoffs, LaMelo won't be. Well, he'll get abused, and we don't have that lockdown guy to like switch on the person abusing LaMelo. So
yeah,
I think LaMelo can be our starting point guard and be an all-star point guard on a team that takes us far in the playoffs. But I don't know, man. I don't know if LaMelo can be our best player and we go far.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of, and it's fair. I mean, you got all the way to the NBA. You should have the ego of like, I can be the best player on a team that can win it all. But I feel like a lot of players take too long to realize that they can't be. Like, hey, I'm really good, but I need this guy to do this other thing that I'm not really good at, that they can do way better than me. And then also be like the main guy better than I can be the guy. Like Trae Young, he had that one year, Eastern Conference Finals. I feel like they've been hanging on to that for too long. It's been 2021, so it's been 4 or 5 years. I don't think Trae Young can be your best player.
Well, I don't think they've been surrounding Trae Young.
They also haven't.
Talent that can help him.
They haven't done a good job at it. They've tried.
Mean, so this is the thing. Like besides, freaking Luka going to the finals.
Yeah,
which Trae almost did.
Took him to 6 games.
Took him to 6 games. Almost got there. Like I would argue that Trae, like statistically. I mean, look, dude, 24 points a game, 11. He leads the league in assists, so he's out there making plays.
He's terrible turnovers, terrible shot selections most of the time. And
let's see how many turnovers
he's. At defense.
I mean, this year he averaged 4.7 turnovers a game, which I don't know. Let's see. I'll try to find out who the league leaders in turnovers are.
But he's defense. Obviously, it's not necessarily his fault. Size, build. Unfortunate. He chucks a lot of the Steph threes. Like, he shoots more of those threes than Steph's, but he also misses more because he shoots more probably. But he takes a lot of bad shot selections. He is really good at passing. He's really good at scoring. I think he might be able to be the best player, but he needs a Celtic-like team, like a very well-rounded team, like no weaknesses in the other positions to hide his weakness.
So, I mean, this past year, jeepers, he's not pulling up for some reason on the list here of this is postseason. That's why.
That's why he wasn't.
Yeah. That makes sense. There he is.
Number 1.
I was like, I know he's supposed to be up there. So he is number 1 at 4.7, which is LeBron's number 4.
Yeah.
Or number 3. No, number 4.
Jokic is 5.
Yeah,
Russ.
These guys are on, I think, way better situations than Trae is. So I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to do too much.
And he's also probably getting more assists than all of them too. So more time.
Yeah.
He also. I mean, probably has the ball in his hands way too much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Hawks have tried. It just hasn't either worked out or was just bad pairing. Like DeJounte Murray, I thought that was a good signing, but it never pushed the needle. Like, that never worked out.
Two guys who need the ball in their hands a lot.
Yeah, but I thought they complement each other well, with DeJounte doing a lot of isolation type stuff and Trey more working on pick and roll and deep shots and drives. I thought it was a good connection. Clint Capella got injured sometimes. They never really had like a 3 or a 4 to like work it out. Like, they had some chances. Just luckily that year they made the conference finals. They went up against the 76ers. And they were able to beat them to get to the conference finals.
Remember, Jokic this year had 34 triple-doubles. 34. The next best person, Giannis, with 11.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at stats.
He was
just
top
like,
5 in freaking 3 categories, man.
Where's our MVP at?
Shea.
Yeah, where's Shea at? How many triple-doubles does Shea have?
Like, maybe 2.
Oh, man, yeah. He's less than Miles Bridges. It looks like Miles Bridges had 1.
Miles Bridges.
Yeah, 1.
Yeah.
Did he not have a single triple-double this year?
Probably not.
That's a little crazy to think about, right?
Yeah, but it's a narrative, man. Jokic should have won this year. But that's just that. I digress. We don't have to talk about that. LaMelo was the guy. It was 5 tattoo artists at once, and that was in June. Is when he did that.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm looking.
I was just curious on who that was. I forgot who it was.
Let's see. Where's the? There's no triple doubles on here. So when I go to the team list, it doesn't show me the freaking triple doubles. What kind of crap is this, ESPN? You have triple doubles is a big thing on the regular. Whatever.
But you put LaMelo like
he was only averaging five rebounds, six assists. Like,
I know it's easy to say this, but like, just for like instance, like LaMelo not being the best player on his team, you put him with Giannis. That's a great team. Like, that's a really good passer, and it's two really good scorers. That's an automatic, really good team. You put LaMelo with Kevin Durant. I think that's a great pairing. You put LaMelo with... You swap LaMelo with the Pacers. What does that look like? What do you think?
Oh, with Tyrese?
Yeah.
We get...
Like, you swap places. Like, before going into last year, you swap places. What do those teams look like? LaMelo scores more. Tyrese gets more assists and... has probably, I could be over-exaggerating, way better assist-to-turnover ratio. Like, Tyrese takes care of the fucking ball.
So, LaMelo averaged this year, he was averaging 7.4 assists a game.
Much more assists.
Here we go. 2.1 assist-to-turnover ratio.
And then Tyrese's has to.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what Tyrese is.
Low. Less than 1.
Pacers. We're the Pacers. Why can't I find them?
He's looking for the Pacers, everybody. Sorry.
I got him. I found him. I got it. All right. And Tyrese Halliburton, 3.7 assist-to-turnover ratio.
Oh, sorry, I was reading that backwards. I thought so like three assists for every turnover, right? 3.7 assists for every turnover, right? That's what that means.
See, assist-to-turnover ratio. Let's click in and see what... I don't know. Like,
I'm fairly positive.
For every assist, you have 3... Is it...
No, for every assist, you have 3.7 turnovers. That can't be right. No.
Okay, so...
It's the opposite. It's for every 3.7 assists for every turnover.
Okay. He had 8.6 assists per game, and he had 2.3 turnovers per game. So, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. 3.7 assists for every turnover.
Calculated by dividing the number of assists by the number of turnovers.
Yeah, where LaMelo had 7.4 assists, but 3.6 turnovers per game.
Yeah.
What a good number for that, though.
Yeah, but like you switch those two guys, what does that look like?
Look at this, dude. And this is why I try to tell you when we're talking about like the Hornets and like when I talk about Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges led our team in scoring and rebounds, assists, and blocks this year.
No one gets blocks on your team. Holy shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
0.7?
Yeah, 0.7 blocks per game. Well, it looks like Mark Williams, but he didn't play enough to get mentioned in this.
But also, he didn't lead your team in assists. He technically didn't lead your team in assists because LaMelo did, but didn't play enough.
Yeah, but LaMelo played 47 games, and Miles Bridges played 64 games. Yeah.
So, and then rebounds, 7.5. No one needs rebounds on your teams either. Oh, my God.
Yeah, but except for Mark Williams, who didn't play enough, and then Miyabate, who played 71 games but only started 8 and only was getting 17 minutes a game. So...
I mean, he does, but at the same time, like, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, if those players played more minutes he wouldn't. But yeah, I mean that's fair, but that's also glaring weaknesses of your team is 0.7 blocks and 7.5 is the lead. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but when I'm like, man, I like Miles Bridges, and it's because for the amount that we're paying him, he does a lot for our team. It's just our team fucking sucks. So. Yeah.
Man, your team's gonna be interesting next year. What does Brandon Miller do?
Our starting five only played 5 games last year together,
and you guys got the 4th pick.
Yep, and we got the 4th fucking pick.
But hey, you got the nipple burglar.
We got the con nipple burglar, and the cockbringer. Yeah, we got 50.
We got 50.
So we'll move on. We'll move on to some other things. Slow. We're in the off season, everybody. Sorry.
We're trying to make time, and this is also just second week back. So
hot news, Roman, for the year 2028.
Oh.
College basketball, whatever they're going to call it, by EA Sports, is coming back. College hoops, college basketball, whatever they're going to call it, back in action.
2028.
But they're saying it's probably going to be in 2028.
It makes me so sad.
They're going to make so much money off the college football game that they can put all of it into the college basketball game.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully they'll learn from mistakes of the college football and like be able to transfer. But basically, hopefully year 1 of college hoops will be much more polished and complete than year 1 of college football, which even still, year 1 of college football was awesome.
How cool would it be if you could be like a 2-sport athlete and be like, oh, I go to swap your players in between? Like
that would be so cool. Like you could, dude, it'd be so cool if they put like a bundle thing out. I don't know. Like, man, wouldn't that be something if like games came out and they like made it to like where you could play the games separately but also play them together? Wouldn't that be like an innovative gaming idea?
But it sounds like it's probably also very expensive.
Yeah.
Also, what y'all need to remember, EA, is we want Dick Vitale, and he's getting old, so you better make it before he dies.
Get his voice recording in that game. We need to preserve him for the younger generation.
Yeah, we need some diaper dandies. We need some PT Pias. We need, this young man. This.
Whoa! Unbelievable! Gosh, yes.
The Cannon Crazies.
Yes, get some Dickie before you even start doing anything with the game. Get him in the booth. Get some dialogue
and get AI on it.
Yes, and get AI.
I don't like AI.
Yeah,
but I will say
James Earl Jones in Fortnite.
Yeah,
Dickie V in college basketball games. Like we need it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody trick him if he doesn't want to do it. Trick him into signing his voiceover so we can keep his voice alive. Because I need that man on my college basketball.
That is what's going to sell. Like, if y'all don't have him in EA's game, I will wait for 2K to release one and just listen to whatever boring it is.
Ronnie 2K calling games. Like,
I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait for it.
We'll mute the game.
Yeah. So,
because NBA 2K also tweeted something about like possible, like it's been too long with a.
See, the thing is, they possibly
could already be in development
because they have a basketball game engine made. You know what I'm saying? Like
because they've even copy and pasted the 2K basketball engine to the WWE. You know, like WWE has like My Player World and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of stuff.
Tyrese Halliburton's going to be in the next game.
Yeah, and so is Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, it looks like it's their models from 2K.
Yeah,
like I saw the video for it.
And someone said that Jalen Brunson looked better in that game than he did in 2K, which fair.
One of their finishers is like they throw a ball at the guy.
No, it's not. Is it really?
Yeah,
that's funny. But yeah, I mean, if we could have 3 basketball games, that'd be awesome because it will. I mean,
hopefully make 2K be better.
Yes, hopefully EA can make at least somewhat of a competent one that like puts 2K in check and they can't have a monopoly. Maybe we see VC prices go down, or maybe more sales throughout the year for VC prices or something. I don't know. But then 2K getting 2 basketball games, if they're like college games better than their NBA game, it's like, what are we doing wrong with the NBA game? Let's fix this. Or because do you think like you probably didn't play a lot of Madden last year, did you?
I did not. I think I bought Madden and
you bought like the whole MVP.
Yeah, I think, and I don't think I'll be doing that this year because I played a lot more college football than I did Madden.
Because like it'd be curious to see as college football continues to be developed and yearly releases and stuff, if they're gonna change the NFL in any way or like learn stuff from college that they didn't expect to like be able to implement in their NFL game.
I mean, the one thing that I think that they could do for the NFL game that might help them is learn that people like scouting. People like scouting and getting prospects and shit like that. And
make it
think about if Madden had a scouting like thing, but for the NFL, but the other problem there is in college I can draft. I'm using quotations. Sign 25 guys every year, where in the NFL you're only drafting 7 guys if you're lucky. And then you can sign a bunch of guys. But as far as like scouting to figure out is this player good in the NFL, you only get your hands on 7. So
true. I think they could do something with more like.
Maybe that makes it better, where you need to scout more across. Than just locking on 25 top guys.
Yes, like scouting undrafted guys, and maybe it gives them a confidence boost, and then allows their progression to go faster because they're like, oh, they scouted me, and then they signed me after the draft or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm interested to see how that evolves, and maybe hopefully 2K will evolve and basketball, just more competition, more diversity, less monopoly of sports games.
We just want to shoot some virtual hoops, and GTA Online, if you're listening. It'd be pretty cool to play basketball with my friends in the hood, and then if the point guard hogs the ball too much, I can shoot him after the game.
Pop a cap in his ass.
Yep. Like, think about it, you miss a 3, and then you miss a 3 to win the game, and like as soon as you step off, like your team just beats your ass. Just like they all jump you, like
stomping. And the other team that's still on the court, like shooting, they're just seeing you.
Just getting their ass kicked
on the side, and then you just hear a pop, pop.
Yep.
Or they're like the game manager is like, hey, Tommy, come over here, come over to the trash can. We're game plan. Hey, guy, we got next, Phil. We'll be right back.
I just tried my best.
Just come here, Tommy. We're just gonna talk over here. Come here. All right, guys, we're gonna get a new guy.
That was a $500,000 game, Tommy. I bet $500,000 on that.
We can put money on it and stuff too. Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, GTA would kill it.
But also, like, that sounds awful because some kid's gonna get a hold of their parents' credit card, bet $1 million on a game, lose it, and then buy $1 million more to try to win it. Oh, God.
That does sound terrible for some people. But so hopeful for that. And then college basketball, but
any personal stuff?
No, man.
You've been playing a few new games recently?
Yeah. I've been playing this game called Raven's Watch, who our buddy Alvin at work always told me about, and I never gave it a chance. But I recently did, and it's very fun. It's a very hard, like, roguelike game that I've been very much enjoying with my friends. Been getting into the finals game with my boys Cole and Levi. That game is very infuriating, but also very addicting in the same sense. Did we talk about playing Rematch last week? I don't know if
we did. We talked about playing Rematch because we talked about EAFC and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. We're still playing Rematch. It's still fun. Still a good time. I've gotten into Brotato. It's like if anyone ever played Vampire Survivors, it's just a mindless game where you like pick guns and extra abilities and stuff, and your guy shoots for you. All you have to do is move around the map and stay alive, and endless waves of random things. But fun stuff. What about you?
Nothing. My thing in life right now is I'm trying to hang a TV on the wall, and I'm missing my stud over and over again.
I haven't even talked to you about that. I forgot
before I came over here to do this, I was trying to put like my studs are too far from my wall mount, so I had to like put boards on my wall to make my wall stronger. But the problem is like one side I definitely got into a stud, and the other side like I've missed like 6 times. My poor wall.
Your poor wall's got
holes. But we're throwing a TV on there. You'll never see it. You'll never see it. And I own my house, so I don't have to worry about like my landlord coming and being mad that I put a bunch of holes in my wall. But
me neither.
I'm the landlord. I'm mad at myself.
Me neither. I don't have a landlord.
Yeah, landlord. But besides that, no, man. I'm just chilling.
Oh yeah, we're in the NBA Finals. We forgot to tell you NBA Finals for the.
Oh yeah.
We've had to take a break since I'm dog sitting for my parents, so I'm not home to play on my Xbox.
No, that's right. The Washington Wizards made it to the NBA Finals
against
the San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembanyama
and Miles Turner.
Miles Turner is their starting point, power forward. Miles Turner. We are up 2-0, I believe. We had a crazy double overtime game. God, It was crazy, but we got the dub, and I think we're on our way to our first NBA title. And then, dude, I'm tired of DC, and I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Fans are ungrateful, man. They've gotten spoiled, man.
Yeah,
they think we're gonna be around for a while.
Yeah. Every fan will get to learn that we're only here about a year.
Yeah, about a year, maybe 2.
Yeah, maybe really 2. Yeah. You're going to have some real good grub around here for me to want to stay. But no, man, just chilling, waiting for...
You're waiting for college football to come out.
Yeah, waiting for college football to come out. And then July 7th is supposed to be, I think, the 10-hour trial starts. So I'll be on that. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, I'm just waiting for sports that I care about. You know, I mean, some other sports stuff real quick. I mean, I'm a Seattle Mariners fan. I don't know if we don't talk about it a lot, but I do like the Seattle Mariners. We're doing decent, but dude, we have a catcher named Cal Raleigh from North Carolina. Yeah, but not from Raleigh, North Carolina. But he's been killing it, dude. He like when you look, he's a switch hitter. When you look at like catchers, how many home runs they've hit, he's hit like 20 more home runs than any other catcher in the league. And then like when you look at the top 10, he's in the top 10 for batting left, and like it's like number 1 Cal, number 2 Cal Raleigh batting left, and then it's like it goes down a few, and then it's like Cal Raleigh batting right-handed. Like he's having a year. So keep going, Cal.
Yeah,
keep doing it.
Why Seattle Mariners?
Because one, we don't have a team here in North Carolina, so I got to do what you did, which is just pick a random team. But I didn't pick a winner.
I didn't know I picked a winner. I was 8 years old. I didn't pick
a winner. I picked a team with chutzpah and a team with a guy who I like to a lot named Ichiro Suzuki.
Oh yeah,
I really liked Ichiro. Ken Griffey Jr. used to play for the Seattle Mariners, so I
picked a stacked team.
So at the time, they played 2 different times. But growing up, I used to see Ken Griffey Jr. play for the Mariners, and then when I started caring about baseball a little bit, I saw Ichiro playing. I was like, oh, that guy's good. He didn't hit a lot of home runs. He was just very consistent, and he got a lot of hits. And then also, the thing that really made me want to is they're owned by Nintendo of America.
They were. Didn't they sell?
Did they sell?
Because Derek Jeter became...
No, Derek Jeter is not the owner of the... It's a different team.
The Miami Marlins. The Marlins who we did. Never mind.
Let's see. I'll look up and see.
No, that's what I was thinking of. For some reason, I thought the Mariners were Derek Jeter's team to be bopping. No, it's the Miami Marlins.
Let's see who owns. Let's see who owns them. The president. Who owns the gosh dang Seattle Mariners?
But you think it was owned by Nintendo of America?
Yeah, it was owned by Nintendo America at one point because they used to do a bunch of shit with them all the time. I'm gonna look up Seattle Mariners owner. Well, they're saying it's this guy. Oh, he just bought 2016.
Oh, okay. So they just sold.
Yeah. No, Nintendo does not currently own the Seattle Mariners majority stake for many years. They sold their shares in 2016 to this guy. So they did own him until 2016. Now they only have a 10% ownership of the Seattle Mariners.
Gotcha.
A little fun fact for you, Nintendo of America.
That's why. That's what. There's like a big, not a big reason, but that was a reason you like the Nintendo.
Yeah,
part of the sports world.
Yep, and I like.
Is that Nintendo, the only sports team they own?
I think so. Well, at least over. I'm pretty sure they own some Japanese teams. But
sure.
I'm pretty sure over here they do. Yeah,
interesting team to own.
Yep. But I think that's it for this week's episode.
Yeah.
So we are back. So that means stop listening to all the other sports podcasts that you have been listening to, because we're back now. We're not hurt. We understand.
Yeah.
But
those of you that didn't listen to any sports podcast while we were gone, we love you. We appreciate you, and maybe we'll get you on the show sometime.
And I don't think I've cussed at all this whole.
I think I did.
I don't know. I don't think I cussed at all.
I've got the potty mouth. I know.
So Roman's grandma, I think I did it for you. If you couldn't sit through it because
fuck
Roman was
G-Ma.
But yeah, I was gonna say fuck a little bit just to. Because I'm pretty sure you didn't make it this far. I'm pretty sure.
You probably watched for 10 minutes and then sent me a message. Oh, Roman, I love the show.
Yeah, I'm surprised you even have a podcast app.
True. But yeah, that's it, y'all. We'll see you about next week. You'll see.
Bye.